Welcome to another Mercedes video, my 2009 C200, and in this video I'm going to be changing front discs and pads. I've already changed the front discs and pads once, and that was nearly 2 years ago, just before the MOT, and by which time it had about 219,000 miles on it, and mileage is currently at 236,651 miles, so that's about 15,000 miles, I think. The thing is, the reason I'm wanting to change these pads is when I'm braking from high speeds, I can feel vibration through the pedal and the steering wheel, and it's only when it's braking, so it has to be the brakes. So I think the discs were warped because I'd last changed the front discs before I'd rebuilt the rear brakes. So what it was, I wasn't using my parking brake because it wasn't working, so it's probably, you know, keep holding brakes on. It's created a hot spot, and that's probably the cause of the warping. I mean, since then I've got working parking brakes, and maybe it's because of the quality of the parts as well. So for that reason, I've gone with Brembo discs and pads. So hopefully this should last a bit better. So what I'll do is I'm going to start on this side. This side's got the wear sensor on it, so I'll jack it up and get the wheel off, and I'll bring you back. So we're coming to Garrow Hill, and I can show you what these brakes are really like. I'm just braking now, and I don't know if you can hear that. It doesn't happen when I've got the brakes off, but as soon as I apply the brakes. So to me that's definitely warped discs. And with that, it's back to future me. So the wheel's off, and I've turned the steering so I can get the caliper off much easier. So first thing I do is disconnect this brake pad sensor. There we go, that just unplugs. There we go. And then I'll need a 13mm. To undo the caliper bolts. Let's have a look at. Took a bit of doing. And the bottom one. Oops. That one's fighting me. So I have to crack it off with the ratchet. Mopping it up. I don't round this off because that wouldn't be good. So I'm running into problems already. Right, I'm trying something else. And that something else is the big ratchet. There we go. So that's them off. And I thought I had everything. I've forgotten something. I need a big screwdriver to lever the caliper, so I'll come back once again. So I've got the screwdriver. Careful, I don't want to damage that sensor. So just lever this back, it should help push the piston in enough. And then I can lever it out. So I've got my bungee cord ready. And then I can suspend the caliper without too much worry. So I'll just hang this out of the way. And as you can see, there's lots of meat on the pads, but I've got to change the discs. That means new pads at the same time. Just the fact. Let's have a look. I need to. I think I need to support this caliper properly. No, that's not going anywhere. Because of the way the caliper is with this on it, I can't get my compressor in. So I'll come back to that a bit later on. So out with the pads, plenty of life. Like I said, there's plenty of life left in the pads, but with warp discs. And I'll pull this hardware off as well. Warp disc means that's a big fat no-no. You can see, and plus there's a starting of a lip on the disc. So moving on to the caliper carrier. Now I did actually rewatch my own video so I could remember. I knew what tools I needed and what I did to get the carrier off. 18mm, and with this wobble extension I should be able to get in with the big ratchet. There we go, that's one out. And then I have to move the caliper. It's in the way. And with that, that's the caliper carrier out. And I see I can back myself into a corner, there we go. So with that out of the way, time to get the disc off, which is a T30. And the small impact should be good enough for this. Did I get the 30? No, I didn't get the 30, the T30. Wrong bit set. I'll be right back with the right thing. Back up with the T30. And that's disc off. So what I'm wondering is, I wonder if using copper grease might have been a mistake. It might have misaligned the disc slightly. It's always possible. So what I'll do is just clean it up, and I'm going to fit the new parts dry. So I've got wire brush on my drill. I'll give that a good clean. And also check the wheel bearing, that's alright, I don't feel any playing it. So give us a good clean. can feel a bit of unevenness there. So I've finished cleaning up off camera. I'm going to clean the caliper bracket as well. Maybe put some grease in there. So I'll come back to you when I'm ready to fit new parts. So I've cleaned it all up as good as can be, and I've freed this off. One of them were a bit stiff, but I've cleaned it, put some rubber grease in, and they're both moving free. I can give those pins a really good clean because they were rusty. So over to the pads and discs, and as it says in the title, I've gone for Brembo ones in the hope of better quality, maybe a bit of longevity. So just put you guys down. So crack open these pads. See what these are like. So they come with hardware. They come with screws, and they come with this hardware. So that's fantastic. I won't need any grease. Maybe a little. No, I might not need any on the ears, like a bottle of the copper grease. So I'm pleased with them because most, the cheaper brands, you don't usually get the hardware with it. So right, time to open these discs. And there we go. And look, they even get screws, not T30s, but I think there's some, like, I'm not sure, 4 or 5 mil Allen, but we'll worry about that another time. I might even reuse my T30s, because and I'll bring my old disc. And we'll do the old comparison. So I hope you can see this. So yeah, they look right. Yeah, thickness is the same. So I'm happy that this is the correct disc. This is the correct disc. So back to the car. We'll get it fitted. First thing is get this disc on, get it orientated. Worry about cleaning it off once I fit it to the hub. Get the screw all lined up. See, start it by hand, and then just do it with a ratchet. You don't need to go crazy tight on these. In fact, what I'll do before I carry on any further, now these are coated, so I'll just do that inside bit where it contacts the hub. Just give that a bit of clean, give it all, because as with most brake discs that aren't coated, there's like a film of oil on them. And that's to stop them flash rusting while they're sitting on the shelf at the motor factory. So try again. Just line it up. And then do up the screw. Now I'm going to clean the surface of the disc. No. Now I won't be using any copper grease, so don't have that to worry about. Just clean inside surface as well. There we go, let's see. So, next job is to compress that brake caliper. And because of that, I've got to go old school. So, I don't, like I says, them pads have hardly worn, so I might not even need to do that. So, let's have a look. So just so that is all the way in. That was quite easy. I did compress it a bit before I took the caliper off, so probably did most of the work earlier on. So next thing is the caliper carrier. Get these started by hand. Let's have a look, see if I can get these started. Once if it's lined up properly. Probably better off try to like bottom one up first. Then get one started. Oh, there we go, just felt that catch. Just wind it in with the impact. Move it. Don't go too crazy on it. Oops. Right, I think that's in. I think what I'll do is just nip it up with breaker bar. Yeah, that's. And now, onto the new hardware. So, get me 13 and smaller impact. So yep, these come with the pads. I should have done this before putting the caliper on, but caliper carrier on. I seem to have bent this, so I'll need to bend this back out. Just try fitting it again. No, he's not wanting to play ball. And I think the same top and bottom. There we go. I managed to get that one on. That wasn't too bad. And then get the top one on. There's a bit of a knack to this. There we go, that's on. So, next job, pads. So, outboard pad first. These, I don't know if these are handed or what. Well, there's a knack. Yeah, there's a knack to them. There we go, and that's free to move. Now, before I put this pad in, I'm going to swap the centre over. So, just, there we go, gently pull this out. And there's a corresponding hole in the pads. They all have a hole, so it doesn't matter which. So I just and this one, it doesn't fit because I forgot to pull the clip out. It's a clip, that's why it wasn't moving. So don't forget the clip. Nearly made the same mistake as I did. Push that in, there we go. That's the centre secure. So remember, in at an angle. This one's not wanting to play ball. It's nearly there. So nearly yet so far. Shouldn't be much force needed. Train at the top. I wouldn't recommend this. And you can get them in one side, but not the other. Just may have to bend this hardware out a bit. Not far off. I can get it either at top or bottom, but not both. So just so I don't know what the problem is. Just keep on keeping on. So I think it's hardware at the top is just slightly bent and it's stopping this from going in. Oh, I'll just carry this bit on off camera. So that side's all buttoned up. So it's just rinse and repeat on the other side. I won't show you that on camera. It's exactly the same. And I'll come back to it when it's done. Now something I've noticed on these pads are these arrows, and they actually indicate the direction of the wheel rotation. I've only just noticed this. So I make sure I get these two right, but I'll have to go back to that side again and recheck it. So that's just something to note with Brembo pads. There's an arrow and that indicates the rotation, which way the wheel rotates. So it's possible I've got those other two on wrong. Right, I'm all done. Everything were all right with that one, so we're all good in the hood. So what I'm going to do to bed the brakes is just be gentle for the first couple of 100 miles or so. And that should bed in the brakes quite nicely. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Remember, quality doesn't cost, it pays. So as ever, thanks for watching, and I'll see you.